Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're so glad you joined us. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverde.
All right, we got lots on our plate today. We've got important information about the way we shop. We love shopping. We'll talk about it anytime. How to read the labels when we're in the grocery store. Plus, a quick and easy recipe with Chef Paul. Hawaiian pork it is today.
Love that. Looking forward to getting into that kitchen. Also, switching gears just a bit, we're going to continue our series on addiction, how faith can play a role in recovery. Really important.
It is that and much more, and it all starts right now on The Balancing Act.
It's a familiar scene, rushing through the aisles of a grocery store, sometimes with kid in tow, while trying to read labels. It can become pretty difficult. Well, we just did a little grocery shopping of our own, following My Plate, of course, and it doesn't take as long as it used to, thanks to some smart labeling that helps us quickly read key nutrition facts. I love this. Today, we're in the kitchen with registered dietitian Kimberly Kircher to help us explain the labels. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You know, I don't know how you are in the supermarket, but I'm going to give you my scenario with my girls. We're like, there's no time, never time. We're rushing through with the shopping cart. Sam is throwing something, Danny's throwing, I'm just putting it in there. And at the end of the day, I'm also trying to think, okay, is all of this healthy and balanced? And that's really important.
But what you said makes it sound so fun, and that's the great thing about this is
True.
It's important.
People
but
think
it can
we're
be
crazy.
fun.
They're like, there they go.
But what's great about Facts Up Front is it's a voluntary system that's on the front of packages. It's not a new system. It's taking nutrition facts from the panel that you're already reading, putting it right up front so you can make those key decisions and then grab those products off the shelf.
But who has time, Kimberly, to read all the labels? I mean, the girls are grabbing some. I'm like, wait, let's see what this has. It's hard.
It is, but there's always time for health, and that's what's fabulous. You mentioned My Plate. There's multiple food groups. That's fantastic. And then there's key bits of information. So calories, let's say you're watching sodium or saturated fat or sugars. Those are on the front with Facts Up Front.
Let's go over some.
Yep, for sure. So this one's got the calories on front. So you can see at a glance, you can see that. So imagine you're hanging onto that cart, you've got your kid in tow. You can easily see that, make a snap decision, and then say, wow, that looks really interesting, and then pull it off and look at the rest of the information.
Now this one has calories. Does it give you more information?
It does. So on the oatmeals, and that's the beauty of it, no matter where you shop or what brands you like, this is a voluntary system that could be part of your shopping experience. You look at this and you can see there's your calories, your saturated fat, your sodium, and your sugars. And some labels you might see like potassium or some key positive nutrients to focus on too.
A lot of people might say, okay, so who cares? But it is important.
It is important. So you might be managing health conditions. You might want to make sure that your kids are getting the nutrient-rich foods that they need. Perhaps there's health conditions in the family. So there's always time to take that extra second to make sure when you're grocery shopping, you get what you need in the house. And then those ingredients need to turn into those meals.
And what I like is that the kids can help you. It becomes like a teamwork.
Absolutely. So you give them a couple of things to look for. You send them on your way in the same aisle so you can keep an eye on them. But having them help, they're more likely to try things perhaps. They're going to be excited to help you, just like you described earlier.
Speaking of help, I'm getting a lot of help in the kitchen. My kids love to cook, and you actually did a nice spread for us this morning.
Yes, so we wanted to show a couple of recipes. These are actually on the Facts Up Front website, because once you get all those wonderful things that you've made good decisions about in the store, how do they look on your plate? So what I love about these are there's multiple food groups. You can make them ahead on weekends. They can double as leftovers for a busy night's meal.
Very important.
Super important. And then you can also use these for lunches if you pack them up right too.
So we have a casserole?
We have a casserole. You can see multiple food groups right in one dish, super easy to make. And the nice thing about these recipes too is you're going through the whole store. There's fresh, there's canned, there's frozen, there's dried. These are a nice combination. And if you've got the right things at home, no matter how your time looks that week, you've got those right ingredients to make great recipes like this.
Muffins are great. They're a hit at my house.
Absolutely. You can make them ahead. You can throw them in the freezer, grab one and go. So really nice grab and go. And I also like to recommend that by season, change out your fruits and vegetables. Casseroles will take on a different flavor. It's a nice nod to the season. If it's cold outside, a soup is great. If it's hot outside, a salad's great. So if you use those simple things, all of a sudden it's not so much work.
I'm going to try the casserole. I know you gave me a little bit. In fact, you gave me a lot here. Something I also have learned that I do think when the children are involved with you at the supermarket and in the kitchen, they tend to eat more of everything.
Absolutely, and give them a task, have them look at the sale ads before you even go to the store, and then give them those little facts up front to look at too.
This is really good.
I'm so glad you like it. And again, look at all the beautiful food groups in there. It's a great color. So when you can start to manage those things from the store all the way through your eating process, all of a sudden mealtime becomes a fun time too.
And it should be always fun. I love eating. One of my favorite things.
Me too.
Top 3. All right, and for information on this, where do our viewers go?
Factsupfront.org.
And you gave me the facts. Thank you, Kimberly. And of course, if you'd like more information on food prep, shopping tips, and of course, easy to read labels, visit factsupfront.org or visit our website, thebalancingact.com. See you next time. This is really yummy. Today, we continue our 12-part series, Reclaim Your Life. The road to recovery takes many routes. One way is through faith. As I found out when I visited Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center in Delray Beach, Florida, and met the people who are changing lives through their beliefs.
The Christian faith-based program is unique in the aspect that it embraces all people with any hurt, habit, or hang-up. So that's the whole general population. Everyone has one. If it gets to a point where it needs to be, let's say, for example, the person decides to numb it, then addiction comes into play. That's where we intersect the pathway.
Brett Schrock knows all about the importance of spiritual health for a recovering addict. As an ordained pastor and the director of the Christian faith-based program at Transformations Treatment Center in Delray Beach, Florida, he stresses that addiction is not a moral failing, but rather a medical disease that can be treated successfully.
We have a specific design program that addresses faith, hope, and love. We want people to be able to experience, maybe for the first time in a long time, what an authentic hope is, what a renewed faith is, what unconditional love is, and only God can provide to us.
Brett, what do you say to someone who is suffering from an addiction and they feel they have failed? They failed their moral values, their faith. They failed. What do you say?
I say don't give up. At all costs, don't give up. God never wastes a hurt. God will not leave us or forsake us. The Bible tells us that. We are not alone in our travails and in our challenges. And so what we've done is again, we've put together a 12-step program that's Christ-centered in its nature. We've brought together tools, methods, and support to help our clients have the best experience that they can have to put them on an upward trajectory of recovery.
They come to Transformations from every background, age, and gender, many who have lost hope after years of addiction. The goal of the Christian faith-based program is to provide a spiritual pathway for them to find personal healing and restoration through their faith. We've been here many times at Transformations Treatment Center, and I've noticed it's a diverse group. How do you have them share the spiritual pathway?
Well, the spiritual pathway is based on a variety of things. It's actual tangible resources, it's prayer, it's worship time. So when people sing, they have a camaraderie that naturally comes with that. It's fun. For a lot of people that haven't been inflicted with a chemical for a period of time or had that experience with their chemical addiction, they don't think they can have fun without it. So when they start to experience fun by singing and by studying God's truth, it opens up a whole new corridor of what living can be. It puts them on a new pathway, if you will.
While many other treatment centers may believe that simply providing transportation to religious services is all that's needed to be a provider of Christian faith-based programming, Transformations is unique in that it offers so much more, including its own chapel, an ordained pastor, a clinical staff of committed faith-based followers, and even its own music minister.
Music is one of those anomalies that can either be background noise or it can be a forefront of life. And so here at Transformations, we try to take it from background noise to actually being a part of the recovery process, where you can actually listen to a piece of music that takes you out of your head and gets you to a point where you're no longer craving or no longer obsessing over something that's maybe unhealthy or could be fatal, to where it takes you out of that and you're able to process, where am I at? What am I doing? What's a truth that I need to reflect on? So it's huge.
When when you go through the struggle and then recovering from the struggle, you can listen to these songs and you just feel this burning inside of you that it just like raises you up and onto a different level, and you just have this connection with God that is just, it's incredible.
God's grace, grace that is greater than all our sin.
How have you seen that music has helped a recovering addict?
I've seen tears shed. I've seen people laugh. I've seen smiles come to faces where I haven't seen any smiles at all during the course of my time with the client. And I've seen a freedom from a spiritual standpoint birthed through the process of worship. It's a fascinating phenomenon. It's an amazing thing to witness.
Would you agree that the Christian faith-based program here can truly change a life?
Yes, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen.
Restoring hope, changing lives, creating purpose. It's what the Christian faith-based program is all about, and what Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center offers to recovering addicts. And we hope you'll continue to join us in our series as we show you how these unique programs, which set Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center apart, can help others as well. Next time, we'll be taking a holistic approach to recovery. Remember, for more information, you can go to transformationstreatment.center or our website, thebalancingact.com. Wellness programs, the name says it all, and it's one of the primary objectives in today's world of business. After all, healthy employees mean healthier bottom lines. With us today, Henry Dubois, President and CEO of Hooper Homes, a company specializing in biometric screening and corporate wellness solutions, helping businesses improve the health and wellness of employees and their families from coast to coast. Also joining me this morning, Dr. Neil Gordon, Medical Director for Hooper Homes and author of over 100 published scientific manuscripts and 8 books on the topic of wellness. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, before we get started, I do want our viewers to know, Doctor, that you performed on me a biometric screening. It was very easy. It lasted maybe 5 minutes. Tell our viewers why this screening is so important and what exactly it is.
A biometric screening event, Olga, is a place where an employee participant is able to participate and where one of our health professionals come out and are able to take the biometric screening, some basic measurements, some height, weight, blood pressure, as well as a blood draw to get some basic chemistry. And really important for not only the employee, but the employer to know, right? Exactly, because by the employer having this program in place, they're able to understand the overall health and wellness of their employee population, which is important from them. A healthy workforce is a productive workforce. And doctor, when employees come in, they actually may be surprised to learn some of their results, and in minutes could have a little advisory that something's wrong.
That's correct. You know, the fact is that somebody dies from cardiovascular disease about every 40 seconds in this country, and that's tragic because many heart attacks and strokes are potentially preventable. The first step is to know your numbers, and during the screening, each individual learns their risk factors for cardiovascular disease and other preventable conditions. It can save lives.
And with my screening, I know, doctor, you got my height, my weight, blood pressure, you know, very easy things to do. Henry, are companies doing more and more of this, or are they falling short? Well, many companies do this, but not as much as they should. What you've got is in large companies, about 90 to 95% of large companies, and that's companies with over 10,000 employees, may have a wellness program. Not all of them may undertake a screening, and even there, only about 50% who are eligible undertake it. On smaller and mid-sized companies, though, you only have about a 50% penetration rate. Only about 50% of the companies have a wellness program because of their scale or for one reason or another. And that's something that we, as Hooper Homes, are really trying to focus on, is how do we bring this to smaller mid-sized companies. Doctor, something else that you screened on me was my cholesterol, glucose, and again, minor numbers that one really needs to know because of the fact that some health conditions relating to that are really manageable.
That's 100% correct. The first step, as we've mentioned, is to know your numbers. The next step is to aggressively manage your numbers and your risk factors through a combination of comprehensive lifestyle changes and, if needed, medications. The key lifestyle interventions include regular exercise, correct nutrition, weight management, stress management, and tobacco cessation. Fortunately, there are also safe and effective medications, for example, to control blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes.
Now, Henry, some people may say, I don't want to do this, some misconceptions. What are some of those that really aren't true.
Well, we come to the employer site. It's usually during office hours. It's something that people are able to participate in very easily. The other one is the privacy of the information. We don't share that information with others, even when it goes back to the employer. It only goes back on a aggregated basis for the overall employee population base.
And they are so private, they didn't want me to share anything with our viewers, but I am giving them permission to share my results. Can I see them, doctor, and tell me, oh my gosh, am I going to live a little longer?
Overall, you did very well.
Oh, good.
I took all of your numbers and incorporated into one score that tells us about your risk for cardiovascular disease, and your risk is very low.
Oh, good.
The main reason for that is that your HDL cholesterol, or healthy cholesterol, is high, and we like it high because it helps clear cholesterol out of your arteries. Your triglyceride values were very good, and when it comes to diabetes, your blood sugar was at a very good level. You don't have pre-diabetes. The only value that was elevated was your blood pressure. In particular, your diastolic pressure was a little bit higher than we'd like it, and that's something you should follow up with your doctor about.
Okay. Henry, your company really strives to do this. It's really important. Many things set you apart from others.
Well, we look at it making sure that the participant has a great experience. It's all about, as we call it, the 5 R's, making sure that we get the right people, the right health professionals to the right location, making it convenient for the employer with the right equipment at the right time so that we get the right data to provide the right information back. So we're really able to make it about the participant and enjoy the experience.
And such a small screening really gave me peace of mind this morning.
Correct.
And for viewers who would like more information, Henry, where would they go?
Best place would be to visit us at our website. It's hooperhomes.com.
And it's really an easy screening, and it gave me a lot of peace of mind this morning. Doctor, thank you so much. Thank you for not sharing my weight. What was it again? Okay, we're good. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And of course, you can visit us at thebalancingact.com or share anything related to your healthcare concerns with us. Log on to Facebook.com/The Balancing Act Fans. Aloha! This morning we're having a Hawaiian luau in our very own kitchen. Well, kind of, sort of. After all, who doesn't want to try a taste of the islands? I'm dressed for the part, and my friend will soon be dressed for the part as well. Chef Chris Paul, he's here to show us how to make a delicious pork dish with yakisoba noodles. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so you know you have to wear a leg.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So fashionable. We are ready to be Hawaiian and eat something scrumptious.
Yes.
What are we doing today?
Well, we're going to start out with the yakisoba noodles.
Okay.
Add the flavoring pack to it. And again, this is kind of, you could just eat these alone, right? I mean, you could cook these up 4 minutes, right? Pull them out and eat them by themselves, but we don't do that here.
But it's so versatile. That's what you're trying to tell me here.
Very
you can
versatile.
do so much with that.
Yes, yes, you can.
All right, so we warm it up in the microwave, easy, 4 minutes, put the flavor packet, then what?
We add a little bit of coconut milk.
Okay.
That's really kind of incorporates the flavors, and it's island style too, so that's what we really want. And I brought along some ingredients here.
Look how colorful.
I know, it's beautiful. So we're gonna do cherries. We chopped a little bit of cherries.
Don't forget the coconut milk.
Yeah, oh, can't forget that.
That's very important for me.
Just a little bit of coconut milk.
Yum.
And a little bit of pork that we've seasoned. I'm using the best utensils, man.
Okay, your hands are the best. A true chef uses their hands.
Right, a little bit of ham, because that's important too. Add a lot of flavor.
Okay.
We're gonna add a little bit of the snow peas.
Ooh, love that.
And carrots.
So you're getting your protein, you're getting carbs.
Yep.
Really a good meal. I mean, even on the go.
And the color too. One of my favorite ingredients, along with the cherries, is a little different, is the pineapples.
Well, we're Hawaiian.
You go to Hawaii.
Right. I would expect that.
And you put this right on top.
Look how easy this is.
Right? I know.
Healthy,
quick,
great.
Easy.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you gave me a little plate here.
Yes,
so let's try it.
Yes.
Me, selfishly, I dig in first.
The creaminess, the texture, it's all there.
I absolutely love it. Wait, another bite? You know I love to eat. Chef, you are the best. Yakisoba noodles, they are wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank
Coming
you.
back again?
I want to. I'd love to.
Okay, we'll see you soon. And of course, if you'd like to join us next time, we're going to take the show on the road to Hawaii.
Oh, I'm there.
I'm just kidding. All right, so if you want to learn more about Mary Sean Noodle Bowls, just log on to our website, thebalancingact.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Twitter. Share your favorite ramen noodle recipes with us. All right, another bite.
Thanks for starting your morning right here with us.
That's right, so much great information. Let me tell you, I'm going to shop a lot smarter now.
Me too, always.
As for that pork,
Que rico!
She's learning to roll the R's. Rico. Good.
Learning. Always more on our website, thebalancingact.com.
We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Until the next time.
Remember, find your balance. Adios, everyone.
Adios.